and we're successful trading today. As always, I'm going to be going over the S&P 500 E-mini futures for Wednesday, June 4th. Huge shout out to Al Brooks, Price Action Master. His course will be down below, and a huge shout out to my mentor and teacher, Troy H. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be trading. I'm going to try to blow through this today. I have a busy evening tonight, so I got to go quick. Real quick before I start, though, I just wanted to tell you guys this is just my hypotheses on price action and on this strategy. If you guys have constructive criticism or places that I could improve or things that I could learn from, please drop it in the comments down below. I'm always trying to learn. Trading is a thing where you will learn the rest of your life. You're never going to master it. So please feel free to comment down below. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. We start out into a trading range, as you can see. Couple pushes up, some good pulls down. I thought 7 and 8 were very interesting. If 8 would have gotten a good close, I think this would have needed a second leg down. But clearly, there's a ton of resistance. Tries to go down and touch the pre-market low marked in this orange line right here. Tries to test the pre-market low. It has a huge rejection off of it. All the bulls buy, and then you get this huge push up. And I thought about buying. It breaks through the moving average again. And, 9 has a good close. 10 is a little dodgy, but still pretty strong IBS. And then 11 tries to pull back to the moving average, and it's a pullback failure. So I thought about buying, but I just was thinking about the overall market regime. 2 pushes down. This is a good push down of, let's see, over 12 points. It's peak 20 points. Do you really want to trade against this? This could just be a deep pullback, and it could try to test the pre-market low again. So I didn't get in on that. But you could have easily, been a little bit more risky, gotten in on this pullback failure, and you could have easily been able to scalp 6 to 5 points. But then it's kind of the trading range, and I just marked out the trading range. This red line, trading range resistance, as you can see, 2, 3, was trying to push through, and they couldn't get through. So I marked that, and then both, you kind of get this double bottom here on 8 and 9, and I thought this was probably the bottom of the range. So it's kind of going, it gets 2 pushes up into the range and then a deep pullback, really respecting the moving average, but still in trading range, kind of middle of the trading range, and then gets a push up to the top of the trading range. Clearly respects this trading range top of the level. You get a double top of the wicks, and then you get a big reversal down. And this was the first trade that I entered in on. We're at the top of the trading range. It breaks through the moving average with a great close on 24. Tries to pull back to the EMA and clearly fails. So I thought this as a 4-leg push down, or 4-bar micro channel push down. Tons of momentum down through the EMA at the top of the range. Probably going to get another push down, trying to test the bottom of the trading range. So I got in on the pullback of 25, 26 pulled back a little bit more, and then 27 was a very, very interesting bar. It went all the way up and was had a huge pullback, and it was a very scary bar, and it was kind of bouncing all over the place. I think it was actually a news bar. So I actually ended up getting out very at the top, getting out break even at the EMA, because I was scared that maybe this was going to just try to test right here, get a reversal back up, trying to test the high of the range again. But clearly it gets 1 pullback, push 2 to the bottom of the range, and then it gets a deep pullback and a push 3. Here on 28 and 29, just a mislapse in judgment that I realized very quickly. You have 2 pushes down, you get a double top or a double bottom. So I thought maybe, this is the bottom of the trading range. If it pushed through the EMA, I would have stayed in this. But as you guys can see, I got in a little premature. I thought this was definitely going to close above the EMA, maybe get a slight pullback to the EMA, close above it, and then try to test the top of the range again. But clearly, my hypothesis fails on the close of 29, so I got out break even on 30. So I got out break even right at the top of 30 and got in on 29, a little premature. But this gets 1 pullback, 2, deep pullback, 28, 29, and then a 3rd leg down, breaking through the trading range. And then after this break through the trading range, what I noticed right away was this breakout flag, or breakout triangle flag. So clearly there's a triangle wedge here. And I wasn't really sure if it was going to break out to the top or the bottom. With how the day kind of had started out very bullish, I thought it was probably going to break out to the bottom, maybe give this first push down a second leg. But as you can see, it really tested the EMA, the moving average on the 15-minute chart, and it has a double top or a double bottom on the 15-minute chart. So you get this breakout triangle flag, and then you clearly see that it's breaking out to the upside when you see bar 39. Great close with a massive micro gap at its high, and then 40 is confirmation. It closes above the EMA with very strong IBS. So you get a three bar micro channel, or a 4-bar micro channel. My apologies, with tick gaps, a massive micro gap. Starts off a little doji, but has two really good closes on their highs, about 10 points up. This is definitely going to get a second push, definitely pushing through the EMA. So I actually bought the close of 40, believing that it might get a minor or just a pause and then a continuous push up because of how strong bar 39 and 40 were. Maybe a little bit premature. I had another buy order at the EMA because I thought it was going to try to push back, fail the push back, and get a second push up. So I got in on with 2 contracts at the close of 40 and at the pullback to the EMA. So I was in 2 contracts on 41, and then it clearly gets 1 pullback, 2 pushes up. And at this point on the 15-minute chart, you guys can see that it was about here at this level. It was 13 or 12, 13, 14, and 15. So on the 15-minute chart, I really believe that this needed a second leg. And I guess you kind of get an implied pullback on 16 and 17, and then get a second leg on 18, you could argue. But I thought the 15-minute chart needed a second pullback, and I was going to try to test the pre-market high or even the top of the trading range. And my hypothesis ended up being correct, but it has 2 pushes up, 1, pullback 2, and then it gets another pullback and kind of gets a third push up. But as you can see, these are very exhausted bars. 47 is exhausted, 48 is exhausted, 49 is a bad momentum indicator, looking like it might reverse or just continue to go sideways. And it did go sideways and up, but I really expected it to maybe get another push. So I got out on 50, up a little more, I think 16 points on 50, because I thought this was kind of an exhaustion bar, and it will probably go sideways for a little bit and maybe even try to fill a couple of these micro gaps eventually. But it eventually gets its 1 pullback 2. You kind of get this pullback here on the 15-minute chart, and then eventually gets the push up to the top of the trading range and the pre-market high. So my full take profit would have hit, but I was risk adverse and got out at a good price, I thought, on 50. After this, I was kind of done trading for the day, but it kind of went into another trading range. It kind of has a channel up, and then it goes kind of sideways, get 3 pushes down, 1, pullback 2, pullback 3. And I was actually looking at this, and once it broke below the EMA with this good micro gap and some good closes, if once again, kind of like earlier in the day, if 65 would have gotten a good close, I probably would have tried to stay on my computer a little bit longer and maybe get in, but it clearly doesn't. But then 66 is good follow through. So hypothetically, you could have gone in on the pullback once you saw that 67 failed to push back through the EMA, and you could have either scalped, 4 points on 68, or kind of sat through these pullbacks, sat through a little bit of a 1-point loss, and then it clearly dumps at the end of the day, and you would have been able to make 10 to 13 points. So you get 1, pullback 2, pullback 3. The other thing why I wouldn't have done this trade is it already has 3 pushes down. So do I really want to bet on a 4th leg? But you could say that kind of this sideways channel restarts the leg count, tries to push through the EMA. It's clearly failing. You can see that 73 is a very good give up bar, and then it reverses down, getting a 6-leg push down, or a 6 bar push down, trying to break through, trying to get back to the pre-market low, breaking through the trading range earlier in the day. So yeah, that was my quick hypothesis of today. I'm sorry I kind of flew through it today. Like I said, I'm very busy, but Albrecht's trading course will be down below. Huge shout out to Troy H. And please leave any questions, advice, any comments down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.